Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are good and doing well. So in the last lecture, we made some query performance here. So you could see that, sorry, we don't make query performance. We improved the query performance here. Okay. And now in this lecture, we need to discuss, is there any way that we can send email at once to all the users who are satisfying this condition or who are meeting this criteria? Okay. So yes, we can send the email, but there is one reason that why we are doing it one by one within a loop or by iterating all the user records who are meeting this condition or this criteria. Okay, now let me tell you that how it can be done at once. Okay, so for example here, what we can do, just copy this line. Okay, just copy this and comment out this one for now. Okay, however, I'm just going to keep it one by one, not all. Okay, so here what we can do, users, okay, dot plug email. Okay, so what we are getting here, we will get an email of all the users. Okay, so now if we run this query, let's say on the console, so we will get all the users who are meeting this criteria. So if we run this query now, users dot plug and then email, so we will get all three emails. Okay, so now we need to send email to all these users, okay, at once. Okay, so what we need to do here, which you can see, notification mailer dot when new job created and users dot plug email. Okay, so now let's come to the mailer class. Okay, so open this mailer, and in this mailer first we need to change this argument. Okay, and here we don't need that, and here what we need to do, users. Okay, and in the template we also need to make change. Here we are doing hello username. Okay, so now we don't need to do that. Why? Because let me tell you the reason, that here you can see we are only using the email, not email and name. Okay, so it will only send email to all these users at once, rather than mentioning email. Okay, so all the email array, all the email that we have in this array will be the recipient of this email. Okay, so now let's save this, and in the notification mailer we also did that. Okay, so to users, and now let's make one more change in the jobs dot say is jobs controller, that if at the job dot save and job dot status equal to active. Okay, or better, open the job model. So here what we can do, we can create an action. Let's say def active, and then self dot status equal to active. Okay, so this is the better way. So rather than using comparison in the controller, save this in the instance method of a model, and then here we can use it. So if job dot active. Okay, so now it will only trigger the mail if the job is active. Okay, so now let's try by creating an inactive job for the company. Okay, so let's fill some detail here. Let's say use this, let's say blah 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 for now, and job location remote, select the attributes, salary range, and then this, and this one active now. Okay, sorry, first let's create for inactive. Okay, so if you create an inactive job, now we need to see that whether we are receiving email or not. Okay, so what's the error here? Okay, so here you can see the job has been created and saved into the database, and the status is set as inactive. Okay, but we did not receive any email. Okay, now let's try to change the status as draft here. Okay, and then post the job. The job has been saved again, but we did not receive email. Okay, and by the way, I made just one mistake here, that we just edit here rather than we need to implement it here. Okay, so if job is active, because that was not redirecting as well. Okay, so let's do not do that. Okay, and here, so that's why we, when we created the active inactive job, it was on the new page only. So here you can see we created this draft job and it did not save the notification. Okay, now what we need to do, let's try with inactive job again. Okay, so that's blah blah, job type contract, select location for remote, applicable for this one and this one, and then inactive. Okay, now if you post the job, okay, why it is not showing it now? What is the reason it is not showing? Let me add it here. Debugger. Okay, so just shut down the server, open the Rails console, and submit this again. So let's see what error. Job.valid. Oh, I think we duplicated the title. Let me tell you. Let me see. Errors dot messages. Okay, job location can't be blank. Sorry, it's not the title. Okay, and now just exit from the debugger and edit here remote, and then post it again. Okay, and now let's check whether the job is valid or not. Yeah, so job is valid. Exit from here. Okay, so you can see that we created the inactive job, but the mail is not sent to the users. Okay, now let's create the active job, and this time the job will be sent. Okay, job type contract, job location remote, applicable for experienced, salary range, whatever salary you need, you can do here, and then active. Okay, now if you post the job, okay, and exit from the debugger first. Sorry, when you post the job, you can see that it sent the mail, and it sent this mail to all the users. Here you can see this user, this user, and this user, and this is not a good way. However, you can send this email to all the users, but this is not the case that we want to send email to all users at once, because let's say if you want to send this email to this user, then this user will receive the email, but he will receive the information of these two users as well. Okay, so just for the security reason, we are iterating it for one by one, okay, rather than doing for all. Okay, and the other thing is that when you get something like that, you will not be able to display their name. Okay, because you will only able to send their emails to their email. Okay, not the name you can display here. Okay, why? Because we can only accept the array. Okay, and even if you make it a hash key like user name and user email, then you have to do it one by one. Okay, so that's why we prefer the one by one approach first. Okay, so here we will do this one, not the all, because we see that if we send the mail to all user at once, what will happen? So they will get this mail. I mean, all the user will receive this email, but that does not make sense, because we are exposing email IDs of all the members of the portal. Okay, and this is not a good way. Okay, so sending this email one by one is a better way. Okay, so now let's undo these changes again, but I hope you got the idea that why how we can send email to all multiple recipient at once, or all the recipient at once from the system. Okay, and there are use cases when you want to send such emails. Okay, and we will discuss about that use cases later, but for now we need to do it one by one. Okay, so just save this, and here in the notification setting, just undo those changes. Okay, and same in the template as well. Okay, because we don't need that. Okay, so that's how we can send email to multiple users. Okay, now in the next lecture we will move ahead with this task by sending email notification for when the job status change. For example, this is active job, and if it is set to inactive, okay, so we need to send this email from update action. Okay, so that is what we need to do in the next lecture. Till then, follow this and complete this at your end, and we will meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.